Alright, so sorry about that. So we're working on E and the on your own questions. Mr. Ito is spreading mulch in his yard. He spreads 4 2/3 square yards in 2 hours. How many square yards can he mulch per hour? So we're looking for the per hour, and they give it to us in 2 hours. Go ahead and solve that first, and when you come back, we'll go over the answer. Alright, so what you see is that you should be setting up, E. So for E, we're going to set up 4 2/3 over 2 hours. We want to figure it out what it will be for 1 hour, so we need to solve it by simplifying and see where we get. So it's going to be 4 2/3 divided by 2. We're going to make this into a improper fraction, so that's multiply, add over the denominator, 14/3. Then we're going to change to multiplication, and we're going to flip our 2 over 1 and make it 1 over 2. Now, hopefully you saw that you could cross simplify so that you'll have 7 times 1 over 3 times 1. So that gives us 7/3. Now to make that a 1 on the bottom, I'm going to divide top and bottom by 3. And so I get 7/3, which will be 2 1/3. So 2 1/3 square yards over 1 hour. So 2 1/3 square yards in 1 hour, which if you think about it, that would be half of, because whenever we're talking about dividing by 2, we're taking half of something. So 4 2/3, 1/2 of that would be 2 1/3, because 2 1/3 plus 2 1/3 makes 2 hours. Makes 4 2/3. So the next one, F. Aubrey can walk 4.5 miles in 1.5 hours. Find her average speed in miles per hour. Pause the video and figure that one out. Alright, so here's the answer for F. As you see, I first wrote it as a fraction, 4 1/2 over 1 1/2, so 4.5 miles in 1.5 hours. Then I wrote it as a division problem, which is what we do each time. And then I made them into mixed numbers, which is the next step as well. And then I I did my multiply by the reciprocal, or my KCF, and I cross-simplified and came out with 3 over 1, which would be 3 miles in 1 hour. So that one worked out really well because it ended up being 1 hour on the bottom. All right, now example number 5. And so, all right, so in example 5, which I'll have you write out, example 5, it said Javier's soccer team, about 33 1/3% of the players have scored a goal. Write 33 1/3% as a fraction in simplest form. So what I want you to write next to example 5, unless you want to write that whole thing out, you can just write 33 1/3%, and then we're going to write that as a fraction. Now, we've talked about what percent means, so this is the same as writing 33 1/3 per, which is the line, cent, which is 100. So writing it as a fraction is just simply writing it over 100. Now we have to set it up as a division problem, so that's going to be 33 1/3 divided by 100. Then we're going to make this into an improper fraction. So that's going to be 100 over 3 divided by 100. Now we can make it into a multiplication problem. We keep the first, change to multiplication, and flip this to 1 over 100, and or multiply by the reciprocal, however you want to call it. Now we can cross simplify our hundreds, and that would become 1 and 1. And we do 1 times 1, which is 1, and then 3 times 1, which is 3, and so our answer is 1/3. So the answer would be, so about 1/3 of Javier's soccer team scored a goal. 1/3. So 33 1/3% is the same as 1/3. Excellent. Alright guys, that's it. I'll see you in school. Sorry it had to be a second video. You know that I hate when that happens. See ya.
Okay.